Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1985 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for the Brewers today is Rich Rodas, whose record is 1-10 with a 6.04 ERA. And pitching for the Tigers is Jeff Robinson, whose record is 6-3 with a 1.37 ERA. Okay, we lost game one of the series yesterday, and I sort of anticipated that we would lose. I mean, we were facing Teddy Higuera, one of the better pitchers in the American League, and even though the Brewers are a last-place team, I more or less figured that the Brewers would come out on top in yesterday's game. I just didn't figure that Danny Jackson would pitch so poorly, and, I had said in yesterday's game that at some point here we're going to have to start making trades, looking for ways to improve our team. And I really thought that our focus probably should be on getting another starting pitcher and a couple of relief pitchers. And I think it was said in the comments from, I believe, from Lance B, that maybe our offense should be the target of some acquisitions here before the trade deadline. And Lance is not wrong. If you take a look at our standings here, I pulled up our runs scored statistic, which is not, the main statistic, I think, to tell you whether your offense is doing well or not. But I think it does tell a story that even though we are in first place, we have scored 234 runs, which is below the American League average for runs scored by a team. Now there are a couple teams who have set the curve for that, and the Mariners and the Red Sox are the two that I think have really warped the overall average. But even having said that, I mean we are below the league average. And so, we do need to maybe improve our lineup, but I don't really know how to do that because, the players that we have are solid name players, and they seem to be doing a good job overall, not overall, but individually, but we never seem to come through in the clutch. We never seem to have multi-run home runs. They're all solo shots. And, where do we begin to improve our team? And who do we get rid of to get somebody of quality back? I really believe that George Brett will come along sooner or later and hit. Lou Whitaker has already started to hit, but we can't play him versus lefties. We know that is just not going to work. So if we utilize him versus righties only, we'll get his average up there sooner or later. But Rusty Tillman can't hit righties also. Do we try to make a trade for a first baseman that can be an everyday first baseman? I mean, maybe that's the one thing we try to do. I don't know. But every other position is maybe as good as we're going to get. And we do have money to spend, and I think if we're going to spend money, I think it would be on a starting pitcher that has a track record that we can trust, like a Teddy Higuera. I guess we'd have to look and see which players were available. With the Yankees out of the race, they might be looking to get rid of, some big name players, but anyway, it would have to be, someone that we know will provide us with a good, solid outing every 5 days, and we don't have that from anyone right now other than Jeff Robinson and maybe David Cone, who's never pitched in the majors until this season, right? We do get Dan Petrie back in 18 days, so I think he is a reliable innings source, but beyond that, Mark Leiter will be sent back down when Petrie comes up. Brian Kelly has become unreliable after a good year last year. And as we saw yesterday, Danny Jackson probably does not have, what we would consider to be big league stuff. So, and we've got nobody in the minor leagues that can help us. So that's a big problem for us. Okay. So anyway, I just wanted to share my thoughts on what I am considering for, trades coming up here in the next, 2 to 3 weeks. I think that I would like to have all of our trades done before the end of June, not just wait until the end of July. But I don't know. We'll have to see who's available. Okay, let's go ahead and get today's game started. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and/or subscribe to the channel. I mean, we have a 1-in-10 pitcher with a 6+ ERA going against a 6-0 pitcher with a 1.37 ERA. And if you think you know how this game will turn out, I bet you're wrong. I bet you Rich Rodas is about to pitch the game of his life. Dave Rosemont unavailable today, which is fine. Everybody else in the pen is ready to go. And there's Rich Rodas, who's a lefty. We're going to face all lefties again this series. So it's our lineup versus lefties. Willie Wilson is listed as tired, but we're going to play him anyway because why not? I mean, we have a day off after tomorrow's game. So we'll get everyone rested, and Willie Wilson could just try to play through his sleepiness. Okay, let's go ahead and do the lineup rundown for the Milwaukee Brewers. A little bit different than yesterday because we have a righty back on the mound. Batting leadoff in center field is Bob SKUBE. Batting second at third base is Lenny Harris. Batting third in right field is Dante BICHETTE. Batting cleanup playing first base is McGWIRE. Batting fifth and catching is RONA. Batting sixth at shortstop is Ernie RILES. Batting seventh in left field is Javier ORTIZ. Batting eighth and DHing is Dick Davis. And batting ninth at second base is GREBECK. Okay, Jeff Robinson has been our most consistent pitcher, making his 10th start. He's 6-0 with a 1.37 ERA, 32 strikeouts, in 59 innings pitched. Opponents are batting only with 181 against him. Fastball tops out at 89 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is right around 50%. He's got the splitter. He's got the fastball, both above league average. Overall rated an 85. The 25-year-old right-hander is arbitration eligible after the 87 season. Look at his log. 2 no decisions, both games in which he should have won. Both games in which the bullpen blew it. So he's pitching well. And I just feel like when this kind of thing happens to a pitcher who's clearly having a good statistical season, it's only because the game puts a governor on, the starts so that he doesn't go 19-0 or something. So like he's pitching well still, but the game's not going to let him win 19 games and lose 1, So I think we just have to accept that. We take a look here at the defense for the Tigers. Pretty solid everywhere. We got Kennedy behind the plate. This is basically the same lineup as yesterday, right? Yeah. This is the same lineup as yesterday. So Bass is out there in right field, and Doug Baker gets another start at second base. Okay, here we go. Bob SKUBE leading it off versus Jeff Robinson. SKUBE had the day off yesterday. And Robinson strikes him out with that big curveball. 1 down. Next man up is the third baseman, Lenny Harris. Ground ball to Brett at third. Making the play. 2 outs for the right fielder, Dante BICHETTE walks. Yeah, I mean, again, we've seen it 1,000 times. It's just the way the game is designed. If you get a strikeout, you'll get a walk. If you get a walk, you get a strikeout. And you could never get through the first inning. Here's McGWIRE. He had 2 home runs yesterday. And he strikes out. Yeah. We go to the bottom of the first. We'll take a look here at our lineup for today's ball game. Batting leadoff, playing shortstop is Barry Larkin. Batting second in center field is Willie Wilson. Batting third at first base is Rusty Tillman. Batting cleanup and DHing is Jeff Stone. Batting fifth at third base is George Brett. Batting sixth in right field is Kevin Bass. Batting seventh in left field is Kirk GIBSON. Batting eighth at second base is Doug Baker. And batting ninth is today's catcher, Terry Kennedy. Okay, we'll take a look at Rich Rodas, struggling. 12-game start. He's 1-10 with a 6.04 ERA, 51 strikeouts and 73 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .324 against him. Couple of complete games. Fastball tops out at 93 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 46%. He's got two pitches above league average, a fastball and a changeup, both rated in 81. And really the slider's not that terrible. It's below league average, but in the 70s, overall rated in 80. The 25-year-old left-hander is arbitration eligible at the end of next year. Look at his log. L stands for log and loss. Looks like he's lost 6 in a row, 7 in a row? 7 in a row, right? 1, 2, 3, yeah. So he's lost 7 in a row, and one of those was to us. Back on May 5th, he went 5 innings, giving up 6 runs on 6 hits. And his last start was against the Yankees, in which he gave up 5 runs in 5 2/3 and 10 hits. Well, we got to keep that loss streak alive. We'll look at the defense for the Brewers. Wow. SKUBE in center field with a 61. That doesn't mean anything. He actually won the Gold Glove last year. Left field, right field, both below league average. First base with Mark McGWIRE, not so great. Behind the plate is Rick RONA. He's a good defensive catcher. Okay, here we go. Barry Larkin leading it off. Let's get some runs today, man. Let's have a game where decided by more than one run. Larkin grounds out to the pitcher. Now under 300. Willie Wilson under 300. And he's listed as tired, so I don't expect much from him today, but hopefully some good defense. Wilson grounds out to third, and Rusty Tillman a ground. Yeah. There you go. So the worst pitcher in the American League gets us 1, 2, 3 in the first. We go to the top of the second, and Rick RONA will lead it off. There you go. You got to love this game. Ground ball to short. A double play. Very rare. We don't see that very often anymore. And Javier Ortiz grounds out. Awesome. Bottom of the second. Jeff Stone batting 400 versus lefties. It's not a small sample size. We've just been throwing them out there against everyone. Yeah, Rich Rodas is going to pitch a complete game shutout. I just have the feeling that's the way the game is going to go today. Yeah, I mean, there really isn't anything we can or cannot do to win the game today. We just push the button. Dick Davis sends it to right center. I think Willie Wilson's going to run that down. It says it was caught by Kevin Bass, but that's Wilson territory. Craig GREBECK, number 9 hitter. Usually number 9 hitter is the one that gets the first hit when they go through the lineup, but not today. And SKUBE don't. Bottom of the third. Doug Baker. Terry Kennedy. I mean, this is the stupidest game on the planet. All of a sudden, Rich Rodas is the best pitcher in baseball. Lenny Harris, leadoff single. And a walk. And a 3-run home run. That's it. That's the game right there. We are done. Now it's just a matter of will Rodas pitch a complete game shutout? I'm sure that at some point they'll give us a hit. I can't imagine that he will pitch a no-hitter, but he might. All right. I mean, this game is done. Yeah, I mean, unbelievable. We have a pitcher who's walked more than he struck out, among the league leaders in every category, and the worst pitcher in the American League has thrown a one-hitter. I mean, it doesn't actually matter what I do. So we just push the button here. Yesterday's game, the Brewers made 4 errors. Still won. I can't even be mad because I knew this would happen before the game ever started. Yeah, this is so stupid, I can't even tell you. There's some unearned runs, right? I'm not doing anything, just pushing the button. Barry Larkin, by the way, second home run of the season. I think that might be his second career home run. So all the wheels came off in the 5th inning. Just pushing the button. It don't matter. That'll get the next run in. Yep, that had to happen. The wild pitch always is a guaranteed run. George Brett, he might actually be done. Like, maybe we trade Brett? Because at the very least, I mean, he's got a high rating. So maybe we can get someone with a high rating for him? I don't know. Jeff Robinson officially tired. I'll give up the next home run here. Still walked more than he struck out today. Rich Rodas struck out 6. And there's the old walk strikeout combo. We'll hit and run just for shits and giggles. It doesn't matter. This game was over before it started. That doesn't mean anything. Well, once again, Jeff Robinson will get a no decision. We'll bring in Todd Fishlips. There's an error. No. Chuck Krim. George Brett only gets hits when it don't matter. Wasn't Chuck Krim a sidearm pitcher? I don't remember now. Comebacker. Go to the ninth inning. Save situation. Another run, one-run game. We'll know by the first batter how this is going to go. Ground ball short. Error. Maybe we got a chance. Bob SKUBE, home run. A 1-2-3 ninth. Error. Oh, Tigers win 5-4. Another one-run victory. That is the 7th in a row. 7th game in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. This game is a shit sandwich. Let's take a look at the standings. Not a lot that's changed. Seattle's won 8 in a row. I mean, Texas has lost 6. They're kind of out of it. I don't think they have any starting pitchers. Yeah, they got nothing. I mean, do we trade for a guy? Do we not look at the name? Right? Who's Al Lakowitz? Who cares? Like his stats resemble a pitcher who's pitching well on a bad team. Do we look at the Twins? Don't have anyone. We know that, right? Yeah, I mean, they got a pitcher who's pitched 33 innings with a 13 ERA. Great job, game. Oh, my God. That's great. And Kansas City. Yeah, I mean, they don't have anyone either. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, Milwaukee's got Teddy Higuera. And I think with his strikeout to, per innings pitched, I think it's being one of the better ratings in the game. I mean, that's the kind of pitcher we need. The Yankees got all kinds of pitchers who are struggling. What happened here? So they send Steve Rogers down after one start, and they bring up Scott Sanderson. Let's just look and see who they're willing to trade. Anybody? Bob Tewksbury we don't want anyway. He doesn't walk anybody, so the game forces him to give up a shit ton of hits. It's not like he's a good pitcher. He's just got that one oddity with his control where he won't walk anybody, which is nice, but, they won't trade Stephon Weaver. Roger Slagle they might trade. He's having his worst season. And this guy you might remember. He's doing poorly. And Scotty Sanderson. I like those numbers, right? I mean, he's only 28 years old. He is a free agent at the end of the year. We can afford to bring him on. They would trade him. I just don't know what we'd have to give up. Would we have to give up Danny Jackson to get Scott Sanderson? Is that a better deal? And then we look here. Steve Rogers, they might trade him, but I'm not paying $2 million. No, that's just not going to happen. They're paying him $2 million to go to AAA. Again, another huge flaw of Baseball Mogul. he should not be able to go to AAA on a major league contract without, passing through waivers or some shit. Jim Deshea, they might trade him. Pretty good ratings. He did not pitch well last year, though. But he would be someone we'd want for the future. Probably not right now. We don't want Bryn Smith back. We tried Bryn Smith on for size, and he sucked. And he continues to suck. Ron Guidry, I love Ron Guidry, but the game doesn't respect him. So bringing him on board would be just throwing away a spot in the rotation. Which blows, because I love Ron Guidry. Louisiana Lightning. Gator. Yeah, and that's it. I mean, they got nothing else. In fact, this team is not good. They have spent so much money on big-name players that they have no more payroll that they can spend, and they can't, to spend wisely even. So I don't know. That's the American League. Look at the National League here. The Cardinals are out of it. We look at their pitchers. I mean, is Danny Cox available? They might trade him. He's never really had a good year. He's only got one pitch, really. Yeah. Okay, and the Expos, Bill Gullickson, maybe? I mean, Mike Moore is their best pitcher. Oh, wait, where is Gullickson? Is he injured? Oh, yeah, one more day. I mean, Bill Gullickson, will they trade him? They might trade him. That's a lot of money, though, for our team. But he has a track record. Like you can see, he's young. He's got one more year of free agency, until free agency. And he's pitched pretty well, on a bad team. And he doesn't walk many. And he's got he strikes out, that walk to strikeout ratio. Of course, coming to our team, playing in one pitch mode, this would be 54 to 54. Because that's all the game knows. Which sucks, but it's a sucky game. I like Bill Gullickson. And then we have Atlanta. All teams that are 10 games or more out of it are teams that would have pitchers available to us. Yeah, this team is not good. I always like Joe Johnson. He's always good in Baseball Mogul. But yeah, the health thing is an issue for him, in my experience. And then the Gigantes. I mean, Tom Browning, we just had him last year. He was good for us, though, right? And they might trade him. Yeah, he went 8 and 3 in 14 starts after we traded for him, and he was good. Man, not so good this year. Anyway, so there's some options for those of you that are trade curious. Well, let's take a look at the headline news. Yankees and Tewksbury shut down the Indians. Cockrell bashes 2 home runs. Let's take a look at transaction. Did we win today's go? We won the game, right? Floyd Yeoman is going to miss 2 weeks. Wait, is this? He always gets. Oh no, it's his first injury. All right. 21 years old on the best team in baseball. Okay, let's go ahead and pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and or subscribe to the channel. We got 2 new subscribers last night. I'm up to 490. Only 10 more until I get to 500, which is exciting. Let's see. Player of the game. We had a bunch of doubles. I barely remember that happened. I mean, this game is so poorly crafted. The only thing you can do is push a button and just let the game play out. There's no strategy to it. It gives you options, but it's already done. Like whatever's going to happen, it's going to happen. So I don't even remember these doubles happening. But we did have 6 extra base hits. 6 of our 8 hits were extra bases. Player of the game is Barry Larkin. He drove in 2 runs. It was the home run. His second of the season. Jeff Robinson did not pitch good. And that had to happen because Rich Rodas had to pitch great. And we eventually got to him in the 5th inning, of course. Todd Fisher gets another vulture win. Dave Smith gets a save. Hey, a flawless save. That feels like it's been a while. That's his 19th. Chuck Krim takes the loss. He had to. All right, that's it. We're going to come back tomorrow with Game 3 of the series. Until then, everyone, have a great day.